Hello and welcome to Sports This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omongbe.
I am Tayo Salam. It's great to have you join us again. We're starting off the show not on the best of notes. The Flying Eagles of Nigeria started their campaign at the Waffle B Nations Cup, and they were held to a 1-1 draw by the Baby Elephants of Cote d'Ivoire.
Not a good one for the Flying Eagles starting up with that, but then knowing that they actually arrived Benin Republic a bit late. And they had to rest.
It's not the worst result.
It's not the worst result, right?
Could have been worse.
Just knowing that the player was also red carded.
Exactly.
So. Yeah. All right, also on the program, yes, some pride on the continent, talking about Rivers United and Enyimba. They were able to restore some pride in the Nigerian club football after advancing to the final qualifier rounds of the CAF Champions League and also the CAF Confederations Cup. For the Enyimba, they are through to the final round qualifiers of the CAF Champions League, while Rivers is CAF Confederations Cup.
Yes, a good one for Nigerian team. So that's 2 in and 2 out. Record Plateau United and Kano Pillars failed to advance in their own competitions on Saturday. Also on the show, still talking football, and North London is white after Tottenham defeated Arsenal by 2-0 in the North London derby yesterday.
And that result sent Tottenham to top of the table again, while Arsenal dropped to 15th after 11 matches.
15th? Okay. Arsenal 15th.
Okay, we'll dwell more. We'll talk more about that on the program. But then let's start off with Formula One, where it wasn't a dream debut for George Russell because, well, Mercedes car kind of they misbehaved.
They bungled it for him.
The construction company misbehaved. That's the problem. They bungled it for him. So it wasn't a dream debut for him at all. But yeah, it's the second first timer this year. We had Pierre Gasly earlier at the Italian Grand Prix in September when he won, and also you're having Sergio Perez also winning his first race. So it's good that this year coronavirus redid whatever, but they had 2 first timers in Formula One.
Fantastic. You don't want to see the same winner all over again.
Yes, of course.
It gets boring, and that element of surprise you want to see in sport it gets taken away. Because
it wouldn't have happened if Mercedes had not, kind of missed stops and all that.
Yeah, but you still need to take advantage of it. That's why.
And race to it.
Sergio Perez deserves all the credit today. And not only Sergio Perez, the top 3, Cecilia looks so unrecognizable. I'm like, what is going on here? All these faces on the podium in Bahrain. It is quite, exciting for Formula One fans out there.
And these are the drivers you usually don't see in the top 3. Usually, maybe sometimes they manage to get into the top 10.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day,
the podium.
But not on the podium. But last night you saw just 3 great drivers being able to take advantage of the missed stop by Mercedes, and of course they had to be on the podium. Let's hear from them, their reaction. Of course, after so many years, some of them are even speechless.
Wow.
So Lance Stroll, Ocon, all of them, just like, this is really surprising.
So for Sergio Perez, I'm absolutely chuffed for him. 30 years old, he's been racing for a decade now.
This is 10 years now.
Finally
10 years
gets his maiden race win. The 190th attempt. It just tells you got to keep going. Keep going. Don't give up, and you never know. Situations and stars and the moon might just align for you, and you take advantage.
Particular time.
And that's exactly what's happened. So
great.
Congratulations.
But George Russell, his performance, was a little bit okay for me. It was
great.
Good, it was great, except the misstop that we talked about earlier. But is it kind of sending a message to everyone out there that he can actually race in Formula One?
Come on.
He can be the main driver. I'm talking about not just stand by and all that.
Why not? He races for Williams already, and so he's on the grid. So, of course, he might want to take a
step further. Being a main driver, I understand. Like being, the main man.
Mercedes' lineup is complete already. I don't see how it's not gonna displace Valtteri Bottas or Lewis Hamilton. But what he's shown on the days is a very, very capable driver given the right car. The Mercedes have the best car on the grid, and we saw how George was driving until the mix-up and until the puncture. It was well on his way to winning a fairy tale race, but these things happen. Okay. He's a very capable driver going forward, and he's still so young as well. To 22.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
So many races ahead of this guy. in his future. So that's it for the Bahrain Grand Prix circuit. That's the penultimate race of the season. We're going to Abu Dhabi next time out. Let's leave Abu Dhabi and talk about this guy. Let's pay a thought for Romain Grosjean, Cecilia. It looks like we might have seen this guy on the grid for the very first line.
For the last time
in Formula One.
That's what it's looking like, because he's not going to be in Abu Dhabi. You know, at first, the story was that he would not, you know, be in the second leg of the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Yeah.
But right now, he would not even be in Abu Dhabi because of the injury and all that. So he's still recovering from the injuries he sustained in that fiery crash at last week's Bahrain Grand Prix. And then what he's saying now, he's going to sit out this one. But another thing is, will he return to Formula One again? That's the question. We know he's out of contract, you know, at the end of the year and all that. He's out of contract, but then he may not be in Formula One again because he's been with Hans since 2016, and so his contract wasn't renewed. He's already had a replacement. So he said, well, he may just go somewhere else to race, but we don't know if he's going to be in Formula One.
Yeah, we don't know. It's looking like it might just be the last race of Grosjean in Formula One, which is a shame, because you don't want to go out this way. Even if you're leaving at the end of the season, you don't want to leave with the memories of, you know, a crash that could have taken your life. And he hoped to actually race, you know, in the finale, but doctors, and after conversations with doctors and his family, they decided to just continue recuperation in Switzerland. So might just be the end of this guy in Formula One. But fingers crossed, you know, stranger things have happened, and it might just be making a comeback very soon, because for Haas, they have decided to go with a young lineup next season. Mick, we're going to talk about Mick later.
And Nikita Mazepin.
Exactly. Those are the two drivers replacing Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen. So all the best to
him. I love what Mercedes said on Saturday. They said they would try as much as possible to open and kind of arrange a farewell Formula One test for him. You know,
that would be great.
If he's unable to return to Abu Dhabi. So
that would be a nice touch.
And they're looking at January or something like that.
As a driver, you want to go out in a car,
high,
not, you know,
just going over like that. Well, I think we need to hear from him right now.
All right.
Yeah, Romain Grosjean there talking about that, just sending messages to all the people who've been with him all this while, especially after that miraculous escape from that fiery fire.
You can call that again. That was indeed miraculous.
Yeah.
We could have been saying something else today, but thankfully that's not the case. Let's talk about his replacement in the Haas F1 car for next season. Mick Schumacher carrying on tradition, winning the Formula 2 title. Congratulations to Mick Schumacher. Let's go to the NBA now. We're counting down to tip-off December the 22nd. The date is not changing, will not change, and teams are continuing to intensify preparations for the 2020-2021 season. LeBron James, the King, and the Lakers, they've taken to the courts, getting ready. Anthony Davis in your shot there. Dennis Schroeder.
Smile of 190 million quid.
I mean, the Lakers are looking good to repeat as champions of the NBA. And not for the Lakers alone, unfortunately. Other sides, it's not been smooth sailing for them. The Portland Trail Blazers, Cecilia, not great news for them. COVID-19 disruption.
That's all. They announced on Sunday that they were closing their training facilities because 3 positive tests.
Wow.
And that's according to the general manager, talking about 3 positive tests coming out from that. Well, it's not really looking good. They were scheduled to begin their preseason games on December 11th, but they were supposed to open training camp, you know, yesterday, but then it just wasn't to be. Now, this is not really looking good at all.
Not great, not at all. But these things are kind of expected, and they will have to find a way to deal with it. We saw pictures of the Houston Rockets there as well, too. John Wall getting ready for the season. We hear James Harden missed first practice
he wasn't
because
there.
of COVID protocols and stuff. So it's nothing to get too
but some
dramatic about.
Some questions were pulled out. They're like, okay, you know what? Why not just ask him? We can answer for him.
Yeah, I mean, because he's requested for a trade. There's bound to be, you know, all these question marks hanging on his neck. But so far, as it is, the Houston Rockets insist Harden will go into the season as the face of the franchise. It's not going anywhere.
Okay, that's what they're saying.
That's what they're saying.
What happens to a player that don't want to stay? What do you do with a player like that? How will he give his best if he said, I want to be traded?
Yeah.
And you insist on keeping him? Will you get the best out of him?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very tricky situation. You don't want, that's not the ideal situation. You don't want to be in that.
But that's what it's looking like right now. He
asked
asked to be traded.
Yeah, but the Rockets are hoping that when the season starts, when they start to get a few wins under the belt, this might just change the mind of James Harden.
He's a professional.
Yeah, he's a professional, exactly. Come on, he's going to have to play. Right.
Okay.
Anyways, so that's it for the NBA, December the 22nd.
Yeah.
Our tip-off. We can't wait for that one to come around. Let's give you updates now on the greatest of all time. Okay,
arguably, come on. What would you say? Tell me greatest of all time.
Nah, I take that back.
Okay, take it back. Thank you.
The best ever. That's what they call TBE. That's what he calls himself, the best
ever.
Okay,
he calls himself the best ever. Nah, I think I love the word.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is back in the ring. Not as a professional fighter, but this time around to fight an exhibition bout against YouTube star Logan Paul. Cecilia, what is going on with all this exhibition bouts?
Yep. Okay, he announced on Instagram and said, look, I'm going to be taking on this guy. Now, Mayweather is 43, unblemished record, 50-0, and now he last fought in 2017, but then he says he wants to come out to kind of fight a YouTuber. We know what this guy did to Nate Robinson, former NBA star who feel as a legend of the NBA, I'm going into boxing, I can take out this guy. And this guy took him out in how many rounds?
That was Jake. That was Jake. Yeah, this is Logan.
Logan. Okay, Jake. Yeah, I think I just, the elder brother. Yeah,
this is the elder brother now.
Now, Jake took out Nate Robinson, right? Okay, which was really ridiculous, right? Yeah. We saw that. And now you want to fight his other brother.
Yeah.
And these guys, we know how serious they are when it comes to this boxing. They're not just YouTuber alone.
Yeah, they're like decent fighters. Yeah. But we're talking about Mayweather. Yeah,
Mayweather is 43, Tayo. When was the last time he took to the ring? Yeah. August 2017, and that was Miss Martial Art against Conor McGregor, right?
Cecilia, Mayweather at 60, 70 will beat Logan Paul with one
February 20th, right? That's the date. So just keep it. Let's watch out and see what's going to happen.
Really?
He's going to run around the ring and you won't get to enjoy the bout.
Man, come on. I mean, besides it's an exhibition bout, so it's really nothing serious. These guys are expected to make a lot of money, and that's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's going to be pay-per-view as well. So $24, if you have that, that's how much it's going to cost you to watch Mayweather versus Logan Paul.
Okay.
From boxing, let's talk a bit of golf. And when you're talking golf in Nigeria, the name that comes to your mind is Georgia Obo, who's had a very, very interesting 2020 season. Cecilia, COVID-19 disrupted a lot of sports, but she still managed to play a few competitions, especially the last Saudi internationals.
Yeah, of course, and you know, it was more like how do I put, like a learning curve for her. She said she's taking a lot of inspiration from that and everything. But then she's obviously not going to give up her quest for qualifying for the Olympics. That's definitely her target. As a senior, you know, as a professional senior player, she wants to play at the Olympics. And of course, she's been, you know, practicing and, you know, really going for many tournaments ahead of that.
Yeah, I mean, Cecilia, that's the target, that's the ultimate goal of a lot of sportsmen. Apart from earning a lot of money as professionals, they want to go to the Olympics as well. So it's not different for Georgia Obo. Wishing her all the best as she continues her attempt to qualify for the Olympics next year.
That's the hope.
All right, then.
We need to go on a break now. We'll come back. We'll be listening to her. Yeah, Olympics qualification is definitely one of her major points for next season. That's what she's targeting. Olympics, of course, then hold this year. It's going to be 2021, Tokyo 2020 and 2021. And hopefully we'll see Georgia Obo there, just representing Nigeria, flying that green, white, green flag and playing golf.
Yeah, I mean,
it's going to be nice.
It's going to be great. She already, she's been to the Youth Olympics.
Yeah, Youth Olympics already, so take a step further,
the next step to the real Olympics, and it'll be great.
No, real Olympics, so the Olympics, not real. The Youth Olympics is for younger ones, while the other Olympics for everyone. I mean, it's open. So
yeah, so it'll be great to have Georgia in that competition. Let's come back home now and talk about the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederation Cup. Nigerian teams, 4 started in these competitions, and we are left with just 2. Enyimba, the People's Elephants, are still going strong, as well as Rivers United. Cecilia, it could have been worse.
Yeah.
Because when the draw was made, I thought the fact that the league wasn't on was going to be a major disadvantage. But we still kind of hope that the likes of Enyimba, the ones with the real experience on the continent, will find a way, navigate to... But, yeah, Enyimba, they did just that, even though it wasn't easy at all, because they went away in the first leg and won. The second leg you thought would be a formality.
Of course, that's what I thought too.
But guess what? Ended 1-1. They had to really, really battle for that draw, which was enough to seal a 2-1 aggregate victory for them. And now they're into the next round of the CAF Champions League.
Which is a great one for them. I mean, Austin Oladapo has given Enyimba the lead with just that long-range effort in the 60th minute. But Ware won Rahimo's Ware. You know, that frantic ending to the game, equalizing the 75th minute, and that was it. But then they were reduced to 10 men in 94th minute, but head on for that win. So right now they will be up against Al Merrikh of Sudan in the next qualifier round to see if they can get into the group stage.
That's another tough one. Definitely tougher than against Raimo. In the CAF Confederation Cup, results are from PH yesterday, 2-1 in favor of Rivers over Futuro Kings. The aggregate scoreline was 3-all and needed to go into penalties. And that's where the Nigerian goalkeeper shone like a million stars, saving 3 penalties.
Yeah.
That's remarkable.
That's remarkable. I mean, I'm like, how was he able to do that? But the thing is, when you're down, you know that you're home. Sometimes home advantage also play a crucial role. Just maybe that's how Rivers were able to navigate that. Of course, they will now meet a team from South Africa, Bloemfontein Celtics, in the last round qualifier round. So the winner will definitely move to the playoffs round. Why the loser? Well, we exit the competition. So we don't want Rivers United exiting at this stage. Just maybe Bloemfontein Celtic. That's a big side in South African League. PSL has been on, and so
exactly.
They've been on. So that's how can they scale that hurdle?
With teams that are already
playing competitive game. A league game is already on, and you're just playing some pre-season friendlies and trainings and all. How
it's going to be complicated.
Let's just be the last hurdle for Rivers United. That's a tough one, man.
Fingers crossed. Wish them the best in the next round of the CAF Confederation Cup. And for Kano Pillars and Plateau United, disappointing end to the season. Plateau United, especially, the coach has been complaining. Abdul Maikaba. Yes, Cecilia, he's actually come out to blame and accuse Simba of bad for sportsmanship. You know, stories before the game, COVID-19 positive tests are ruling out 2 key players just before kickoff. And he's thinking, that contributed a great deal. Kind of disrupted his game plan.
His game plan, okay.
And, but we're not going to use that as an excuse. They lost right here.
That's the point, because it was goalless over there. If you had won at home and you go away goalless, then you go. You get your game. You needed to win at home, which was really crucial.
And they lost it,
and you lost. So what's the point of you trying to explain and all that and everything? So if Enyimba could go away from home and get a win, then they came back home a draw. I mean, just imagine if they had won away from home and this draw, that would have put them in a very, very difficult situation. But you're saying pictures of Kano Pillars training and all that. For Kano Pillars as well, okay, it was goalless against Senegalese side, ASC Giraffe, and this was in Kaduna. So they're out of the competition. They were beaten 3-1 last Saturday in Dakar in the first fixture, and of course, the second leg ended goalless at home. And then Kano Pillars also, they're out. Now, Kano Pillars got into the CAF Confederations Cup based on the fact that they are the champions of ITO Cup 2 years ago, and of course, because we didn't finish our league was, suspended because of COVID and all that, they had to go. And as I said, we were talking about Kano Pillars last week and talking about the fact that, look, their pre-season games that they played, terrible results that they had. So going into a competition like this with teams, so it's not a surprise for Kano Pillars at all. So I think the team I'm worrying about right now is Rivers United, how they can scale the hurdle of Bloemfontein Celtics of South Africa. It's going to be a difficult road to cross. Fine, they have very good goalkeeper. It's not easy it's not every time you see goalkeepers saving 3 penalties. But we saw that in Nigeria yesterday. But then we don't know how well they can go, how far they will go when
the next round of fixtures is when?
Yeah, next round of course fixtures are. We'll get to find out the dates of that one.
Okay, because I'm
thinking, yeah.
I'm looking at the league is still not on.
Yeah.
And come when the fixtures will be played,
yeah,
it will be a big disadvantage for the Nigerian teams playing against the sides that are already in the full flow of things already. It'll be very, very tough indeed. Talking about the Nigerian Professional Football League, Cecilia.
Yeah.
The waiting game continues.
Why are they not starting?
No official word.
Yeah.
And we're all just waiting. The teams are waiting and doing their best to continue their preparations for the 2020-2021 season. This report highlights the challenges our teams are facing as the waiting game continues for kickoff.
They've started their league for the past 3 to 4 months, I think, but the major problem now in Nigeria is the league have not even have the definite date.
53 days has passed since the federal government paved the way for the return of the NPFL after the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 lifted restrictions on contact sports. Not long after, the league management company, the LMC, proposed any time from November the 15th as kickoff date. Despite its endorsement by the Nigeria Football Federation, the league has not yet started, and there is no official word on when it will.
Yeah, I think it's a problem because once you have a date set, we start our preparation, our mindset to the league. But now we're just training and we don't know what's happening. We don't know when the league starts, if it's next year, this year. So I don't think that's good.
In football, that's what we call periodically time. So there's a time you need to prepare your team, mentally, physically, aspect of the game before you go into the tactical or techniques aspect. But when you don't even know when the league is going to start, so it will affect the preparation.
The issues are not limited to the field of play alone, especially with regards to planning.
We went to Ijebu for pre-season thinking that the league will resume this weekend. So if not because of that power financially, that thing may cause us a problem.
Despite all the uncertainty, teams are carrying on with their preparations. Recruitment is ongoing, and everyone is staying ready like scouts for whenever it's go time.
The waiting game continues, but the teams are staying ready like scouts for whenever the kickoff is official. Cecilia, this is not good at all.
No, it's not. I mean, we know how hard this will be, because when they talked about club licensing and some other things that they talked about, and of course you're looking at.
You think that's the issue here, right?
What else? I mean, we're an official statement. I mean, the LMC, they're not really talking.
Yeah.
I mean, you ask them, you throw some dates around, they tell you how did you get the information and all that. There's no official word out there. So you really can't stick with what the speculations and everything until they come out to really want to tell us, okay, this is what is happening. We don't know. At least the Women's League, we follow it and we call, we ask questions. And of course, you see some of the bodies also calling, these are the things you're doing, releasing press release. Not just that, I mean, talking to people. I mean, you can talk to them and they tell you, okay, these are what we're doing. I mean, when they started the registration, we could follow up the clubs that have registered, the clubs that beating the deadline, and we know by Wednesday the Women's League will be starting. So that's something you can follow. And when you ask LMC and ask the clubs, they're like, we don't know what's going on. So if a club is telling you they don't know what's going on, so it seems there's something wrong somewhere that we really don't understand what's going on. But I think it could be because they have to meet certain criteria before the league can start. Maybe most of the clubs haven't registered and all that. Maybe most of the clubs haven't met this criteria that was set up, by the organizers. Just maybe that could be what is delaying the start of the league.
I mean, that's what, if you're just going by...
Maybe.
I mean, it's just logic. I mean, that has to be it. I mean, what else could be, what could be the hold-up for the league from starting? Yeah. Especially after there was a proposed kickoff date from anywhere, any time from November 15th. Right, that was when it was supposed to. That's gone now. Then there was another date of December 5th or something. 6th as well. Unofficial. That's passed as well. So now you heard unofficial of Kwara United. They're saying they actually went to Ijebu and thinking the league was going to start this weekend, but that wasn't the case. And so the waiting game continues. Not good at all. for the NPFL, and we're hoping the LMC will be giving us something concrete on the likely kickoff dates for the season. While the NPFL teams are just idling away and training and getting ready for the season, nationwide teams, Cecilia, they decided that you guys are not just going to keep us idle. We got to do something for ourselves. So they've organized this competition. They've tagged it the Creative Championship. 8 teams are competing for honors in that competition. Let's enjoy highlights coming from that tournament. And when we come back, Shola Rogers will be joining us. Highlights from the Creative Championship featuring 8 nationwide teams: Bagada, Igomu, Valiant, Emedinho, Imperial, Remo Under 19, Dino, and Ijebu United. Shola Rogers has joined us now. He's got a big smile on his face because he likes to see things like this going on in the country when it comes to football. Shola, good morning.
I'm trying to contain my excitement at these pictures that you just showed us now. You see, we've always said it over and over again that we must not concentrate on only one aspect of sports. There's elite sports, and of course there's grassroots sports and everything. And when the people who should do it are doing it, and they're doing it right, you need to commend them. Because, we know that the NFF are in charge of football, and you must go through them because they have the expertise and the license and all of that. But you see, this is how to build a league. This is what a league should look like. And that's what the Creative Cup or Championship is all about. The fact that they're also playing amongst themselves, nationwide teams and all. And I shouldn't single out one team, but Bagada FC, you know, the old model, the old structure, the old brand, you know, shines through. And you see it. You see people who are working with a purpose and they actually want to achieve greatness, not for themselves, but for the sportsmen, you know. They don't play up any administrators, everybody's just basically doing their work, you know. And it would be nice to have more stuff. You know, look, you can start calling me Oliver Twist because I want more of stuff like this. The fact that the league is not on is a blessing in disguise. Look at the level of organization, you know, and these guys are traveling. It's not as if it's like in a bubble or something. They're actually going from one place to the other. They're picking points on the road, officiating. Nobody's complaining about officiating or any other thing, you know. The league organizers need to come and learn a thing or two.
It's not as if they don't know, but I don't understand the logistics, the protocol and things that's just going on. Imagine we're asking ourselves, I mean, when is our league own NPFL starting? I mean, 6th was the date that was lying around. Like, if you don't get the official confirmation from the LMC, you can fly with that. And Tayo, you know, interviews some of those guys, you know, on that report, you know, return of the league and all that. They don't even know.
Yeah, they don't even know.
They don't even know. So that's how terrible it can be. Well, let's leave Nigerian league so that we don't get so
depressed.
Yeah, exactly. So let's get some excitement into the building. I mean, so let's start with the games that went down on Sunday in the English Premier League. Of course, the North London derby will also get our attention. But then we're starting with the first game. Crystal Palace were upset. I mean, they won 5-1. Sheffield United were there still without a win. Okay, Leicester, they left it to Jamie Vardy. When you have Jamie Vardy on, no, he got that for them. And Tottenham just comfortably beat Arsenal. Comfortably, it was a comfortable victory. 2-0, of course. Himi Song and Harry Kane, the two brothers right now. Partnership made in heaven. I mean, they combined for both goals.
You know, goals galore out there in England.
And Liverpool.
The Crystal Palace game showed you an Imperial Zaha at his finest. And the team played as a unit. It was beautiful to watch. The interesting part of the Leicester-Sheffield game was what happened after the game for me. Kelechi Iheanacho, you know, I tweeted at Ndidi. They were like, waiting they make you they do face like that or something like that. Then Ndidi responded that it was because Jamie Vardy broke the corner flag. And Jamie Vardy came there on the timeline and wrote in broken English, "No be me do amo." that was the highlight of that game. Like, I'm like, okay, they said he's been trying to learn broken English for a while. He's learning pidgin English, so he's done a good job with that. But, you know, that set us up for the game of the weekend. Tottenham versus Arsenal. And if you've been following football, the rivalry between these two teams is really, really one of the biggest rivalries out there. At times, it gets on the borderline crazy, you know, and it's not been this good for Tottenham. And you can put it down to one man and one man only. Jose Mourinho. He's done his magic, he's done his work, and we can see it. Son is a new son. You know, maybe because he has a new daddy, I don't know. But the thing about it is that he's playing like a born-again son. He's playing like he's got something to prove, and he's proving it.
He's proving it. All right, we need to go on a break now. We'll come back, we'll be listening to Jose Mourinho talking about, you know, song, the new song. Top players, both. I mean, how do you get that deadly duel? But the thing is, if anyone should get injured, Jose is in trouble. Okay, let's quickly...
Why did you pass that snide remark, Cecilia? We won't let it slide. What do you mean?
I'm like, I mean, you have to...
You're saying
just
Tottenham don't have depth, Abby?
If you take those two players out of that club, of that right now, what do we remember?
Take Salah, take Salah and Mane out
of Liverpool. I get what you're saying. But my point is, when Jose just came to Tottenham, you know, Harry Kane wasn't scoring because Son wasn't around. No, it was, you know,
Kane got injured.
Then he had to play as a striker and all that. So he didn't get the result he wanted. But since both are back well and fit and running together, we've seen the results are good. So we've seen the bad side when they were not together, and now we've seen the good side when they're together. So my point is, let's leave it.
It's going to be you haven't even said anything. All you said was, it's normal if you take top players out of any team, it would affect them. That's why he's mentioned Salah and Mane.
You're just walking me up this morning. Come on. Okay, you know what? I'm going to listen to Arteta right now because the praise, actually, Jose Mourinho talking about Arteta, the team of Arsenal, how good they are. I mean, how do you beat a team and, you know, kind of package the squad and say they are very, very good?
You believe everything Jose Mourinho says?
Because Arsenal is supposed to be a good team.
It's Jose Mourinho we're talking about. Come on. You see, the thing is, a lot of people, emotions are running high at the moment. I know a lot of Arsenal fans are very angry. And I'm going to say something that will make them angrier.
Oh, come on.
Yes. Arteta is not as bad as you make him out to be. Yes, get angry. Get angry at that. This is a guy who has inherited a team that's not fantastic. And is still going through the process of rebuilding. Now, every time they have invested in a top player, they've not delivered. If Pepe had come to the party since when the party started, Arsenal will not be where they are. Now, Partey started the party himself.
He started the party, but he got injured.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, it's a little bit of a hard sell, but take time to look at him that he's supposed to get the best. But if we had Partey in top form and we had Pepe playing well, then you see a different kind of Aubameyang and a different kind of Lacazette, Bukayo Saka and the rest of them. You get. For me, I still feel that you need to be patient with Arteta. He seems like someone who knows what he's doing, but he's not been lucky in the transfer market, and he's not been lucky in trying to at least find the right style that he wants to play. I think he needs to break away from whatever is holding him back and play his own style, because if he fails, the buck stops at his table.
Obviously.
So to me now, it's not about playing the Arsenal way or like when they were going on playing the United way. There's nothing like that. It's about the coach trying to get results.
Winning.
Because at the end of the day, all that matters is the 3 points and you getting the results game in, game out.
All right. Do we listen to Arteta now? Yes, let's listen to him. Says once they start scoring again, the results will come. That's a Arteta there. Okay, that's a good one coming from him. But
Good one.
Okay,
It was good.
good one. I mean, good one. Because when I mean good one, come on, he understands what his club is actually facing.
Okay.
They are not scoring,
Yeah.
and so when they
And
start
they're not
scoring,
creating as
exactly.
well.
So that's
You
what
know,
he said. So it's a good one.
See,
coming from him, he
If,
understands
if, you,
the
if you're
problem.
going to put sentiment aside
Yeah.
and go through the entire list of strikers in the Premiership, hardly would you place anybody ahead of Aubameyang.
Exactly.
Put sentiment aside.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal has the most lethal striker.
£50 million striker.
In the
Aubameyang,
Premiership.
But he's not
Lacazette.
scoring.
Yes,
How
because
little is it when he's not scoring?
Yes, thank you very much. It can be little until you bring the balls to him, until you create those goal-scoring chances for him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at the way Lacazette played midweek. He was getting chances, and of course, I was mixing it there, and again, dropping deep at times because you don't get the balls. So what you need to do now is bring back Mesut Ozil. Bring back players like Ozil who will create goal-scoring chances.
Okay, players like not bringing him back
Him.
because it's not.
No.
It's not in the
Yeah,
squad.
It wasn't
This
registered,
time, yeah.
fine.
It wasn't
They will
registered.
get a window soon,
Yeah.
in a few days' time.
January, okay.
Yeah, it's a few days to January. Bring him back, but you also need people like him who know how to create goal-scoring chances. And let's leave all this. The guy's still getting paid. You register him, you don't register him.
Yeah, he's
You know?
getting
So bring
paid.
him back, let him earn that money.
I always thought that was a very, very strange decision to leave Ozil out of the Premier League squad. Before I look at the papers,
I'll
Cecilia,
just quickly take one tweet coming from Noble Flyer. He says, the LMC is confused. Should the teams on the continent crashes out, then it's their fault. Nigeria, with our fire brigade approaches to things. Kudos to Plateau United and Kano Pillars. At least they were not disgraced over 2 legs.
were
United
disgraced.
forever.
Scant
He's a United
consolation.
fan. Congratulations, you won 3-1.
consolation. Anyways,
Scant. Okay.
yeah, papers.
Okay, let's look at the papers now. I'll start with Sporting Life. And Sporting Life here, you have Mbappe, PSG hold fruitful talks. Okay, how fruitful is that? Because there are stories that is going to Real Madrid.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, okay.
Since
Muller
season
focus on
starting
Bayern or
early.
Germany. Chelsea want to sign Alaba in January. Chelsea, come on, that squad is what?
They
What's
wanna- they
Lampard
want-
trying to
they
do?
wanna
You
buy
want to
the
have
title.
4 players in one position.
They want to buy the title.
You know,
By
I'm just happy. I'm happy with the way Chelsea is performing.
Yeah.
Remember, I said it.
Yeah.
Hold me to this because the kind of market, business they did in the market is paying off with a good coach like Lampard.
Yeah.
You know, who is calm and basically knows what he wants and he's playing his own style.
Okay, all right. March 22nd, 2021, no breathing space for Super Eagles. That's what Gennett Raw is saying. Okay, keeps loaded programs against Benin Republic. Lesotho regrets no FIFA window for friendlies before the 2 fixtures.
All right, let's
You're
go
playing
to.
Benin Republic and Lesotho. Jeez.
Let's go to
How
complete
bad have we gone?
sports.
One.
You know, these are the kind of games that you should play with the under-20.
God bless you. Please go to
Complete sports. Yeah, there's a big picture, big story on Paul Onuachu 2020-2021 European Golden Shoe race. Onuachu overtakes Lewandowski.
My man.
That's your man, right?
My
14
man.
goals in
14 goals,
games.
yeah,
And
14
counting.
games.
Ridiculous, and counting.
And counting, man.
Wow. But why is it struggle to bring that form to the Super League? I know
you
that's
need to
not
Not
understand
all players are national
Who
team
are
players.
creating the goals for him.
yeah,
Yeah.
in
You
You
Nigeria,
get, so
right?
let's think about that.
Let's
How
put it in
well are you creating
perspective,
the
yeah.
goal-scoring chances?
Yeah, especially when we have 9 defenders and 3 midfielders and all the
Exactly.
forwards. Yeah, it happens like that, when you're playing games like
Wilfred
that.
Zaha hails Ebere's quality. So Ebere in that game as well to the against
Copy
West
that,
Brom.
man.
What a player. What a
Yeah.
player it's turning out to be. Indeed, he returns to EPL action after 77 days. Fantastic.
That's
Shambolic
the guy
Gunners.
Super Eagles have been missing.
Of course, I
it's
mean,
good to have him
can he
back.
just come back?
Shambolic Gunners gone down.
Yeah, of course, gone down. All right, Son Kane fired Spurs to top. All right, PSG goes, okay, Kuz, Messi talks. Yeah.
What's that over there? This one.
Yeah. Arsenal plots to
What is
resign
that
Wenger.
about? Come on, guys.
Is he going to come in as a player
As
or
what?
a technical
Exactly.
director?
He's not
as
that
what?
old now. He's
As
just
what?
71.
Exactly.
Nah,
okay.
he's not. He's not coaching. He's not doing that. Or maybe
is he
director
coming
of
back?
football.
Okay, is
For
it not
what now?
stated there?
It-
Is it
it-
stated?
No,
Why would he-
You're gonna have
Page
to read the
2,
paper.
yeah.
Why would he leave his
Sporting
job?
Sun, page 2.
Why would he
That's
leave
where
his
you have
job?
the story. Sporting
Sisi,
Sun.
why would he leave his job
At
at
FIFA.
to go and work at Arsenal?
Stressless job. Shola Rogers, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate your time, Shola.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
All right.
All right, thank you guys for watching. I'm Cecilia Mogwe. Have a great day.
I am Tyre Solan. Enjoy the rest of the day.